by Crimson Cult Media.
We got you now.
No turning back.
Welcome to Moths to the Flame. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back, Morbid Moths. Today, I have the most special guest that I have ever had on Moths to the Flame with me. I have the Littlest Lestrange, who has wanted to be on the podcast ever since it began, and this is his moment. Tell everybody hello, Littlest Lestrange. Can you tell them what your name is?
Luca.
And who are you to me, Luca? How do I know you?
Because I'm your child.
You are my child. That's right. Are you ready for this podcast?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. We're going to talk all the spooky things. Are you sure you're ready for that? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So, first of all, do you like spooky things?
Yes.
What spooky things do you like? You don't know?
No.
Do you like skeletons?
Way more than that.
Way more than that? Just more than skeletons? What else? What else do you love?
Like the shadow people.
What are the shadow people?
The people that haunt you in your sleep, and you can see stuff and you're like seeing stuff, but they're actually alive.
Excuse me? Do they haunt me in my sleep?
Well, they're not actually alive. Me and my dad just like listening to them.
Oh, really? Were you listening to that in the car on the way home from Mexican today?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You know, your daddy letting you listen to some spookiness? We're gonna have to get that old Bert, aren't we? Mm-hmm. Okay, so well then, what do you think about ghosts? Do you think they're real or do you think they're not real?
Fiction.
Fiction. That's my boy. I like that. Okay, have you ever seen a scary movie?
Yes, I have.
What? What scary movie have you seen that your mama doesn't know about?
Nothing specific.
Nothing specific. You don't remember the scary movie that you've seen?
No.
No? If you were gonna watch a scary movie, which one would you want to watch?
I would watch
We're waiting for your answer.
I don't know.
Okay, moving on. What would you do if you saw a real ghost, Luca?
I'd freak.
You would freak out?
Yes.
Yeah? Would you run away from the ghost or would you say, hey, ghost, get out of here?
The second one.
Oh, I see. What if it was ghosty?
Stay.
Tell our viewers who is ghosty? What is ghosty about? You can tell them where is ghosty?
Ghosty is in our podcast sometimes.
Yeah, makes an appearance. Where does Ghosty live?
He lives in our house.
In our house? What? I thought we lived in our house.
I know Ghosty lives here too.
Oh, well, who lived here first, us or Ghosty?
Probably Ghosty.
Probably Ghost. Oh no, did we move into Ghosty's house?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! Well, it's nice of Ghosty to let us stay here then, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Ghosty?
Indeed, no.
Oh, okay. Have you ever seen anything spooky or scary in our house?
Well, there's the skeleton that's near you.
That's yes. We
And
have
by the
some
way,
skeletons here. Yes.
there's a door near him, near her, and that's where I am.
You're giving all our secrets away. You're only one room away from me, aren't you?
Yes.
You're giving our secrets away, Luca. And that we have skeletons in our house, right? Not just in the closet. We've got them all over the place, don't we? Yeah. And what about outside? Do we have a giant skeleton outside?
12 feet.
12 feet tall. He's a big one, right? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so have you ever thought about telling a scary story before, other than the ones you tell mommy in the car? What if we play our story game? Let's play our story game and let's make it spooky. Can we do that? Okay. So once on a dark and stormy night, there was a
Don't get me
mommy.
started on this.
What?
I said don't get me started on those because I'm way past that scary stuff.
Oh, you're past it? Oh, it doesn't scare you? Oh, I see. Okay, well then I'm going to make the story extra scary.
Yeah.
Okay. On a dark and stormy night, there was a mommy named Marie and a little one named Luca. And they were stranded in a forest. And it was dark and it was raining and they were lost. And suddenly they came to a clearing and saw your turn.
Nothing.
We need an answer. Show them how we play the story game. What's next?
Don't worry. You can do it.
I'm not telling the whole story by myself.
I want to check something.
You wanted to come on the podcast. Now let's go, buddy. So what comes next? Tell me your scary story. What do they see in the clearing?
And then they see a haunted mansion.
And?
The lights are on.
And?
Vampires live in there.
Vampires live in there. Have they gone inside the haunted mansion yet? No. No? Okay, so tell me what's next.
And then they go inside, knock, and then no one answers, and then it creaks open like a ghost is opening the door.
Oh, no. My turn?
Yes.
They step inside, and they step on top of the wooden floors that are old and rotted and scary, and they creak, and they creak, and they creak, heading inside until they hear a booming hello. Then what?
Your turn still.
Okay. They hear hello, and it makes the mommy go, "Hey, I've heard about this haunted mansion. This is a scary place." But little Luca comes storming through the door and says, "I'm not afraid. I don't believe in ghosts." Then what happens?
Can you start the rest of the story?
No, we're playing the story game.
Okay.
Go ahead. What happens? They hear the booming voice. They're in the haunted mansion, and
There's a basement. There's 3 hallways. One leads up, and one leads to the basement, and one leads to the back.
oh, so how do they choose which one to go down?
Your turn.
Okay, I think they want to choose going to the upstairs, not downstairs, because downstairs looks really scary and dark and spooky. So they're going to go upstairs, running away from the voice, hoping that they can find safety. But when they get upstairs, they walk down a hallway. At the end of the hallway, there's a red door, and your turn.
They go through it, and then they find 3 more doors, and then there's a diamond handle one, there's a wood handle one, and there's an iron handle one.
Do we have to make the choice of which door to go through?
Yes.
Yes. I choose diamond handled door.
So then they go through the diamond handle door, and then they find a giant room, and they think, oh, maybe we can just break through the wooden floor. And then they find something that they can't break, which is iron. And they thought maybe we can go through the roof. And then iron was roof. Iron.
I see. But they can't get through the room, and then what happens?
Then the door shuts, and then it gets locked and turned into iron.
So now they're trapped.
And the room started filling with sand.
With sand? That's so scary. Okay, so now they're in the sand. It's filling up and filling up, getting closer and closer to their belly buttons. And Mommy is terrified because she can almost not see Luca anymore. So she picks him up and she's trying to keep him above the sand, when all of a sudden the ceiling opens up and ropes fall down. And then...
Still your turn.
Nope, your turn. And then...
They clip their toenails.
Ah! Oh, no! That's not spooky. No! Chewy. So after Luca finishes clipping his toenails, Mommy climbs the rope because she's getting out of there. She's not going to be buried in the sand in the haunted mansion and get eaten by all the vampires and whatever. No, I'm climbing up the ropes. I'm trying to find a way. I'm on the rooftop now.
And then I teleport outside the haunted mansion.
Oh, you teleport away, huh? And you just leave Mommy there to be
and
vampire.
And teleport to you.
Oh, okay. You teleport to me on the roof. Well, I didn't know we had superpowers in this story. Nobody told me that.
That's the point of the story game.
Oh, I see. Okay, so while we're on the roof, I see a puddle of green oozing slime.
Which is acid.
Acid, okay. What happens with the acid? I'm about to fall into it, but then
I push you in.
That's terrible. Me. I guess you have to tell the rest of the story yourself if I fell in acid.
And then the acid gets removed and turns to puffer fish water.
Puffer fish water, huh?
And then piranha water.
And they're piranhas. Well, Mommy's out of the story now because I already fell in the acid. So
and then you fall into water.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. And so then I'm healed. Is this a magical healing water? It's okay now. Okay. And then what happens to you?
And then I jump off the roof and run home.
Oh, in the end. Okay,
And
very
then
exciting story.
Can we start saying the story now?
Yes, we can. I'm going to get back to interviewing you as my podcast guest. Now, podcast guest, are you ready for your questions?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Tell me about Halloween.
Well,
What's that about?
It's close to my birthday,
Yes.
and Christmas comes in another season.
That's true. That's true. But what do we do for Halloween? Like, what's that about? Is that with the
We trick
Easter
or
egg?
treat.
Trick or treat. Interesting. Okay. What are
When
you
you-
dressing up for Halloween this year?
Probably as a Dracula.
A Dracula? Oh, a vampire? What should mommy dress as?
It's the funniest thing ever.
Oh, I'm worried. What? What is it? What should I
You
dress
dress
as
like
this year?
Princess Peach.
Princess Peach?
Yes.
I would make a great Princess Peach. That would be fantastic.
And then you turn into Bowser.
Oh, that's what Daddy can dress as. Daddy can be Bowser, right?
Now you're being Bowser.
Yeah. So if Bowser is kind of like a monster. Get your foot on your mouth, please.
Okay.
Bowser's kind of like a monster. If you were going to create your own monster, what would it look like?
It would look like it would have 80 legs, can walk on water, can think really fast. He knows everything in the entire world. He knows all the seasons, and he knows different seasons for spring and summer and winter.
Interesting. Okay. So does this monster make any kind of sounds?
It makes 2 tweets, and if you look at it in the eyes, it will turn you to stone, and it would also haunt you. At the end of the night, you'll get turned to stone.
What does this monster eat? What does it eat? Tell me.
It eats kids.
Luca, that's terrible. Your monster eats children? That's kind of dark, man. That's kind of dark. All right, okay. Does he think the children are tasty? Oh my gosh. Wow, that's a monster.
Actually,
Where
no,
does he
no.
live?
He lives inside of the house that we live in.
Inside of our house? Are he and Ghosty teamed up together? Or does he live in your room?
He lives in your room.
In my room? Is he Daddy? Daddy doesn't eat kids, though. Daddy just likes to
No.
eat yummy food. Oh, okay.
Keep getting closer.
Oh, so let me ask you this. Where did your inspiration for the monster come from? Did he just come out of your brain? Or did you ever have a dream about him?
I had a dream about him.
You had a dream
It's a
about
baby
him?
child that's a zombie.
Oh, okay.
And it can get out of its crib. It can turn plushies into zombie plushies.
Zombie plushies. Okay, little army there. Wow. Is that the scariest dream you've ever had?
Yes.
Yes.
Since I was 5.
Since you were 5?
Actually, that was 2 years ago when I was 4.
Oh, so it was a long time ago, huh? You were just little then. Yeah. So tell me how many scary characters you know. Who do you know that's scary?
The man
Anybody?
in the window.
Man in the Window, okay.
And Scary Larry.
I don't know who Scary Larry is. Who's Scary Larry?
He's a wizard that curses people.
Oh, dear. He
And he
sounds
can't break
scary.
the curse.
Can't break the curse. Unbreakable. Okay. Well, who else? What else do you know?
I
Who else is
know.
scary?
So who else is scary is
Me? I'm scared. Is it because I write scary books?
no.
No. Hey, let's talk about Mommy's books. Do you like them?
Do you want to tell them about our next ad that we're making?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and tell them.
No, you do.
This is you. You wanted to be on this podcast. Here you go. Tell them about it.
Can I at least do this?
Sure.
This.
You look nice and creepy.
So.
All right, creepy Luca, tell them.
So. There's. All right, never mind. I wasn't gonna say that. What was I thinking? There's also. Wait, what? What am I saying?
You were telling you had an idea you were going to talk about. Why don't you tell them about my books? Do you like them or not? Are you supposed to read them or not?
The kids are not supposed to read them because
That's
I read
right.
them before. I read it before and I hated it. But that was when I was like 5 or 4.
So you hate Mommy's books, huh?
Well, it was like that scary part in it.
Yeah, which part was the scariest?
Probably the clown.
The clown? Yeah, that clown is pretty creepy looking, isn't it? What are Mommy's books about? What are Mommy's books about, Luca?
They are about ABCs of historical torture.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right. Uh-huh. Can you name any torture methods? I'm hoping you can't.
A is for axe.
Mm.
B is for Brett.
Oh, no.
I thought it is.
No.
I'm gonna press this button.
What about Mommy's other books? Do you like those better? Yes. I see. Why do you like those better? You have to use your words.
Not as scary.
Not as scary. Okay. Is there anything else that you want to tell everyone on the podcast before you sign off? Anything you want to tell them at all?
This is the first ever podcast I've ever done.
That's exactly right. This is your first podcast appearance. You've wanted to come on Mommy's podcast since the beginning, right? Yeah. Is there anything else specifically you wanted to talk about?
We could talk about I don't know.
Okay. Do you want to sign off now? That's a scary face. You ready to sign off now, podcast star?
Sure.
All right. You did your first episode. You got to tell everybody, what's your favorite podcast in the world?
This is my first podcast. Well, I don't have another answer.
You're supposed to say Mommy's podcast, Moths to the Flame.
Okay, Moths of the Flame.
child. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Thank you for joining us, little Luca.
This is my
We
sign
will
out
see
face.
you again. Signing out. Thank you, Luca.
Bye.
Bye. So that is what happens when you have a 6-year-old on a podcast. He has wanted to be a guest since the very beginning, since the dawn of the podcast. And I am a goose. And my poor guest last week, Aaron Furlong, was supposed to be on today. But I sent him, like last week, I just had it rolling. I'm like, okay, send him the link. And he didn't correct me. So I just went on with it. My apologies to Aaron, but that left me without a guest for this week because I got all mixed up. So I thought I would have Luca could live out his dream and be on the podcast. So that's where we are. A couple of updates from me. I've had so many awesome things going on lately. Crimson Cobblestones, as we know, doesn't come out until June 11th in paperback and hardbook or hardcover. But I went ahead and put the ebook and the Kindle Unlimited. I put it up on Kindle Unlimited. So you guys have full capabilities to go ahead and read the book now, which I've done that because I think it would be awesome for Amazon to get some reviews. So that would really help your girl if you could go on there and write some Amazon reviews. Have had lots of wonderful reviews on Goodreads. Thank you to everyone that has read and reviewed already. Thank you to everyone on oh my gosh, what is it called? NetGalley. Everyone on NetGalley who has read and reviewed the book. And so now I'm opening it up for you all. Kindle Unlimited ebook, and I've got the price down to $2.99, which is cheaper than it's going to be when the book actually comes out. So snatch it up. Now's the time. Now is the time to get it. Let's see. We also had the Evansville Horror Con, which was awesome. We're gearing up for AuthorCon. And at AuthorCon, you will see mine and Bert's debut smut, not horror, called Smuttin'. So that will be that's published by Psychotoxin Press. We love Psychotoxin. And they are going to have that at their table. Chris will have copies. So if you want to get one of those, we'll be there to sign it. It's going to be super exciting. And speaking of Psychotoxin, I have recently agreed to take on the role of acquisitions editor for their smut imprint. So we have a smut splatterpunk X imprint for Psychotoxin. And so I'm going to be heading that up. So keep your eyes and ears open because I'm working on a project soon for anthology submissions, which will be a lot of fun. So yeah, lots and lots of awesome things going on in the world of Lestrange. Bart finished a novel just a couple of weeks ago, so we're going to keep working on that. So yeah, lots of exciting stuff. And and I put out a short story collection, so go check that out too. Minnie Macabre. And it is short and sinister stories by yours truly. And I like telling people, if you want to get a taste of my style, if you want to get, because I can write very heavy, dense, gothic word, flowery language, all the fun. For me, I love that kind of style, but I know it's not for everybody. So give it a little taste. Just go read it on Kindle Unlimited, flip through the pages, because that's how I get commission. And test it out. See what you think of my writing before you dive into Crimson Cobblestones, which is, as hopefully you've seen on social media, a story about Benjamin Franklin and his connections with a serial killer cult. So pretty exciting. Set in Philadelphia. Very, it's packed full of historical pearls. The book of my heart, I wrote it, 4 years ago at this point. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And so it's been a fun journey, but I'm excited to have you guys along with me for it. So thank you for tuning in to this episode, our little mini episode with the Littlest Lestrange, Luca, and having a little update from me. I will see you guys next week. I will be interviewing Carrietta Dorsch, who is going to tell us all kinds of awesome stories. And I'm going to have to up my game because she has the best intros and outros of anybody in the business. So I've got to make sure I am stepping it up. So I will see you guys live again 6 p.m. next week, Tuesday. I'll be joined by Miss Carrietta. And let's fly to the flame, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.